everyone, Sarah White here, Director of Ed Tech at Ravenscroft. If you're watching this video, you should have already watched the Kami demo or attended the Kami demo. So I'm going to show you around a little bit how to use Kami within Canvas again, just kind of as a reminder if you've already seen the video. And then I'm also going to show you how to use it from the extension. So stick with me. I'm going to start by going into my course. And then the way to add a Kami assignment is under assignments. You can go ahead into your modules if you like. I have a sample module in here. I haven't actually started working on this course. So I have a sample module in here. And so if you want to add an assignment to this one, you could go to assignment, click new assignment, and I'm going to name this one Kami practice. And I'm going to indent it one level. I'm going to add the item. I'm going to find it at the bottom of my module, and I'm going to think, where do I want that? That is definitely going to be in the engagement part. So, you grab these 8 dots to the side, and you can pull that up under engagement. Now I have my Kami practice. And I can see I haven't indented this example one. So if I wanted to, I could go to the 3 dots over here, increase that indent. So anyways, I'm going to click on it now. It's in my module where I wanted it. And so now what I need to do here, it's blank. It's a blank assignment. I need to hit edit. I really suggest that you create your assignments, your quizzes, the things that you need from within the module and move it to the correct place before you start working on it, just to keep you organized. Okay, so I'm actually not going to type any instructions here. You can if you want to, but I don't need to because the Kami assignment that I'm going to add maybe has instructions on it. Okay, you can decide how many points it's worth. If you've created assignment groups, under assignment groups, you can say where you want this to reside. If you're using percentages in your gradebook, that is necessary. Otherwise, it's just a good way to keep things organized. If you're looking for an assignment that you gave 3 months ago and want to look at it, you can more easily find it if you know it's under reflection or homework. So I do suggest everyone sets up assignment groups, but it will be necessary if you're not using total points and you're using percentages. I will be making a video about that as well. So you can here decide how you want to display your grade. Do you want it to be percentages or points, which is what most of you are going to use. Or you can just not count this assignment toward the final grade, which is absolutely up to you. All right, here's the key part for Kami. Under submission type, you have to choose external tool. Okay, so then you go over to the find button once you've chosen external tool. Now, if you just want students to turn in a document to you, that's when you would say online submission, and then you can have them just type in their response directly into Canvas. You could have them turn a website URL into you, a media recording. Maybe this is if you're a teacher or if you're a language teacher, a music teacher or a language teacher. Or you could have file uploads, meaning that they could just turn in a Google Doc to you or a Word document. But we want them to use Kami, so we're going to go back to external tool, and I'm going to click find. Here you have to go to Kami Google Drive assignment, okay? This would also be where if you wanted to embed a Google Drive document into directly into the assignment, you could do that from here. This would only be, though, if you're wanting them to look at it and not actually annotate it and turn it back into you. So I strongly suggest that you choose the Kami Google Drive assignment if you're wanting them to annotate the document, because we will not be exchanging paper at school this year. So this is how the best way to have students fill out a worksheet or anything that you want them to annotate. They could even annotate a slideshow, an Excel document. I mean, anything. You can turn anything into a PDF, and as long as it's in your Google Drive, you can pull it in here. So I'm going to click there. I've already authorized. If you haven't done this, you will have to go through a process that where it asks if you allow Kami to access your Google Drive. So give it that authorization. Then I need to choose something. So I'm going to go under PDFs. And I'm going to look around and I'm going to say, oh, this is actually Katie Barnwell's syllabus that she shared with me as a PDF. So I'm going to choose that. Doesn't really matter what you're choosing. Anything is fine. A good question is, does it already have to be a PDF? It does not. I could have chosen any document. It would have converted it into a PDF. All right, so now that I have that, I'm going to select, and you'll see it has already occupied this space with the link. Really important to say, load this tool in a new tab. Why? Well, if a student, when they're looking at the assignment, if it's not loaded into a new tab, it opens the Kami assignment within Canvas, and then they can't go back to Canvas easily. If it loads it into a new tab, they could toggle between the assignment and Google, or sorry, and Canvas. So you want to make sure that you do load this tool in a new tab. You're going to decide how many attempts you want them. You can assign it to different students. Maybe I just want to assign this to Henry Nelson, for example, or maybe I want to do my entire section, which that really is everyone, because I only have one section of this class. So then I'm going to go into put my due dates, when this will be available from, and when, you don't have to do this available from until, but you do want to probably do a due date so that it shows up on their calendars. That part is pretty important. Move my face over. So then I'm going to hit save and publish. And it sometimes takes a second. So as you can see, it will now say this on the student page. It'll say load Kami practice in a new window. I'm going to open that just to show you what it looks like, how it opens a new tab. And then they can go into their Kami assignment. They can make any alterations to, well, they can't alter the actual document, but they can annotate the actual document in the ways you saw in the other video. Now I'm going to go back over to Canvas. And when everyone has turned it back into you by the due date, you would then go into SpeedGrader, and it would let you, I don't have any turned in assignments, so there's no point in me showing you because it would just be blank. But you would have the Kami assignments pulled in there, and then you can actually make the same annotations that the students made. So you could respond to any videos they've recorded or comments that they've put on the page, just like you can in a Google Doc. And then you can put in the grade, which will automatically populate in your gradebook, and send them any sort of feedback back to them. So that's one way to use Kami, and the only way really that you're able to use it in directly in Canvas. However, some of you are interested in using Kami to create documents that then you pull into your Google Drive. So how do you do that? So I'm going to open a new tab. And if you see up here on the right of my browser at the top, you'll see that right here I have Kami. If you don't see that showing up, you may have to click on this little puzzle piece and make sure that the pin beside Kami is blue. It'll only show up if it is in blue. Okay, so I'm going to click Kami here, and the first time you will have to authorize and put in your account information, but I've already gone into this before. And so from here, I can open something from my computer, for example. So I'm going to look through this, and I'm going to say, oh, the check request form. Maybe I need to fill that out and send it in to the business office because I've purchased something. So I may pull that in. You can see I've already done this before. That's why it has a highlighted piece on it. Now, if I wanted to get rid of that highlighted piece, I could use the eraser and go over here and erase that. All right. It will tell me as soon as I start working on it, this file is not uploaded, meaning it hasn't been saved to my drive. If I would like to save it to my drive because I later want to access it from Canvas for my students, then I would hit Save to Drive. I could always just do always upload, and everything I create in Canvas just uploads into the Kami folder. There's already been a folder in Kami created for you. You can just go into that folder and you can pull out things that have been uploaded. I'm going to dismiss this. I don't want it always to happen because I'm going to often use this to fill out forms like this one. So this was just an example. I was showing someone how to use this. And then what if I then say, okay, I want this particular document saved to my Google Drive? I could hit the save up here at the top, and then I can click upload to Google Drive, or I could just download it to my computer. It's totally up to you what you want to do. But this is another way to access Kami. If you have a PDF that you actually want to put some comments on before you send it out to students, you'd want to open it using the extension, annotate it in the way you want, then save it to Drive. Once you're back in Canvas, you're going to go through the previous process to find it in assignments, under external tool as submission type, and then you're going to find it in the Kami folder in your Google Drive. Well, those are the basics for Kami, and I hope you all will use the tool, and encourage you to reach out to me if you have any additional questions about it. Thank you so much for your time today. Bye-bye.